can spread out, make whatever adjustments you need to so that you're symmetrical, relaxed. As much surface area touching the floor as you can. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. Slow down your breath. Resetting the intention to just be here, just do this. For this time on our mats, there's nothing else you need to do mentally. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them. Let's begin by sliding the right arm overhead and see if you can reach through just the right side of your body. So keeping left side relaxed, stretch out through right fingers and toes. And getting as long as you can. And then release, slide the right arm down, kind of shake out that right side, relax it, and then take the left arm overhead, reaching through just the left side. And it's pretty tricky isolating tension on one side of the body, so just do your best. Inhale, extend through the left, exhale, relax the right. And then release. Slide that down, let it go. Let's take both arms overhead, reach long, full body reach, and then interlace fingers, push out through your palms, flex your feet. Release, bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, little jiggle, rock, releasing deep into the hip crease. And then straighten your right leg, holding somewhere behind your leg for a gentle hamstring stretch. Flex and point a few times. Circle your ankle. A couple times both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the left leg. And release. Bring your knee back in and then draw it across your body. You can use your left hand to take it all the way towards the floor. Open out through the right arm. And then staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reach away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, circle or rock. And then grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in. And then straighten left leg up. Flex and point. Inviting what you're feeling. Circle. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. Release, bend your knee, bring it across. A spinal twist. First with a bent knee, feeling around here. And then a straight leg. Roll back onto your back, bring both knees in, little circle or rock. Let's make our way up to sitting and onto hands and knees table. If you have something to pad your knees with, you may want to grab that, a blanket or cushion or something. And we're going to do some work for the wrists. So this is a series of almost push-ups, but you can do them as lightly or deeply as you like. So for more intensity, your hands and knees are going to be further apart. You could even be in a plank pose. That's going to be really hard if you choose that. For less intensity, your hands and knees could be really close, barely taking any weight in your hands. So finding somewhere that feels appropriate for you. You might start with shoulders above the wrist, but you can change your mind. So the first position is going to be as if you were palming a basketball. So your fingertips are on the floor and you're squeezing them in. Really active. So keep that going. And then we're just going to dip towards the floor and up. So again, for less intensity, almost no weight. You don't have to have anything. More intensity, you can make it more like a push-up. So we'll do like a few of these. Squeezing fingers in, coming down and up. Keep the squeeze intense. That's more important than the push-up. Core engaged, face relaxed. Let's take one more like this. And then release. Sit back, relax. You could give your wrists and hands a little rub. I learned these exercises from an Israeli hand balance masterful hand balancer named Ido Portal. I found them really useful for strengthening wrists. Second one, okay, start with fingers pointing forward. Turn them in towards one another and as far back towards your body as you can. Kind of awkward. So again, lowering down, pressing up so arms are as straight as you're able. Lower down and pressing up. You want more intensity, knees further back, less intensity, knees closer forward. Down and up, trying to get arms close to straight as possible. Do one more like this. Okay, release, come back, you can rest back on your knees. Give a little rub or circle or shake out. A little rest. Okay, next one. Let's see, what's the next one? Okay, we're going to be on knuckles, palms facing one another, and you're going to slowly unfurl your fingers and then the backs of the hands lower down and come up. Less intensity, hands in, more intensity, hands out. So try and make it a smooth movement so it's not jerky. You're unfurling your hands and then coming back up. Let's do one more. Good. Come back, rest, rub, circle, let that go. Okay, the last one is a wrist lift. So again, more weight forward, less weight back. So with your fingers really spread,
You're just going to slowly lift the wrists so you come up on your knuckles and down. And depending on your flexibility, you might get your wrists higher or lower. Try and lift up evenly over the center of your hand, so it's like coming up over the middle finger. And again, as slow and controlled as you can, so you're not jerking up or down. Let's do one more. And then release. Give that a little rub. If you're wanting to increase wrist flexibility and strength, those are some really good ones. So let's come all the way into child's pose with arms out in front of us. You can walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through the right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching the left side a bit more. Come back to center. Let's lift up through table and come into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Opening up the backs of the legs, the calves, the hamstrings. You might pedal out your feet a little bit. Check that your fingers are really spread, hands flat and active. Let's walk hands and feet towards one another. Hang in ragdoll. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. And take any movement. Sway, shake out, a little self-massage. You can also use support through your arms, elbows resting on thighs or hands on ankles. Let's lower the hips, come into a squat, malasana. If heels don't easily come to the floor, you're welcome to turn your toes out or widen your stance. And you can also use props. You might sit on a block or two or slide a blanket under the heels. Doing this in the way it works best for you. We're going to open up the knees using the elbows. And as best you can, roll your shoulders back and down so the chest is nice and open. From here, let's work our root lock, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that up to the top, feeling the full length and space that you take up. And then release. Let's come back to a forward fold, feet back to parallel. And we'll try stand hand. You might need to bend your knees quite a bit. We're going to try and slide the hands all the way under the feet so the toes are up to the wrists. If that doesn't work for you, of course, don't do it. If you are able to get your hands under your feet, your toes can push into the pads of your hands, giving them a little massage. And then release. Let's lower the hips and come to sitting. Extending the legs forward. If it's useful to sit up on something, feel free to put a little lift under the hips. We're going to fold and use the hands to support us as we do. Hands can be on the floor, on the feet, or something around the feet like a strap. So using your hands wherever they're going to best serve you, lengthening and folding. Each inhale, more space and length. Each exhale, more depth, more letting go. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bend the right leg in. So the right sole of the foot comes to the left inner thigh. We're going to fold over that straight left leg. Try and orient the center of your torso over your leg. And use your hands to support you where it works for you. On the foot, something around the foot, the floor, or some combination of those. Janu Shirshasana. Release, bring your upper body back up, switch sides, straighten the right leg, bend the left leg in, orient your torso over the center of your right leg as you fold, use your hands to support you. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's take the soles of the feet together. And grab your toes or your ankles with that grip. Lengthen and fold. Elbows can push into the legs, or if it works better, you might lean into hands or elbows or a block. Let's release, bring the upper body back up. We're going to bring the right hand to the right inner foot and then kick your foot into your hand. As you do this, let your arm be pulled off your body and sink back through the belly and chest, rounding, kind of schlumping. So not exactly traditional alignment, but
The more you schlump, the better it feels. You can get a nice stretch between the shoulder blades, especially on that right side. So go ahead and let your head hang. Let your arm be pulled off your body. And then second variation, more traditional alignment, will come right up onto the sit bones. Lengthen your spine. Your left hand can pull against your knee to help you sit tall, and we'll open the right leg out, straightening it whatever amount you're able. Might stay quite bent, might come all the way straight and come right up on the front of the sit bones, sitting tall. And then release. Switch sides. First variation, Shlumpasana, left hand to the inside of the left foot. Let it get pulled off your body. Let your head hang. Second variation, zipping up the spine, shoulder blade on the back, pull against the other knee, and then maybe straightening left leg part way or all the way. And release. Let's come back onto our backs. And go ahead and bring your knees in. And just feel what's touching the floor as you rock front to back, side to side, or circle. Different parts of your back come into contact in the floor. And find the places that could use little pressure, like a little self-massage. And just check in with yourself. What else is needed? Is there any last pose or stretch or anything you need to do to feel complete in your practice? It could be a yoga pose. Doesn't have to be. It might be just some movement or touch. Anything or nothing. It's feeling whatever you're doing, and then when it's done, come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. And get as comfortable as you can. Feel free to adjust your clothing or grab any props. Eventually letting go of the control of your breath. Let your body just settle. You can bring a little movement back to your fingers and toes and wrists and ankles, and then a big stretch out. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up. Coming to a comfortable cross-leg position, you can bring hands together at your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.